What's going on, guys? So we're going to talk about the Fram Ultra filter. I put out a video talking about a Mobil 1 extended performance filter versus the Fram Ultra filter. I gave my thoughts on it. I gave my thoughts on the quality of it. A lot of people loved what I had to say about it. Me being a professional technician in the field, doing this every single day, seeing the inside of these motors all the time, it's very important for me to understand exactly what's going on with the type of oil that's used and what's going on with people's motors. Oftentimes you've heard me describe on the channel that it's kind of hard for a lab or testing facility to see exactly what we see every single day, especially with some of the conditions at very low miles where we're pulling motors apart because of whatever it may be, a manufacturer problem, somebody lack of oil changes and motor locks up, or something goes bad, something spun a bearing, something got hot, whatever it is. We get to see that type of stuff, and some of that stuff these testing facilities and stuff may not see. Now, there was a bunch of people that had a problem with me talking about how superior I thought the Fram Ultra filter was versus the Mobil extended performance filter. It's still a good filter. It did not wow me in any kind of way versus the Fram Ultra. So let's fast forward some time. Fram comes out with a new type of design, and they drop the metal mesh backing that was in the original Ultra filter. So naturally, as things change, people pop up on the channel. You get trolls and fanboys of Mobil saying, oh, now what, now what, now what, now what? And they want to go to the extent of harassing and saying things, right? So I let it go and let it go and let it go because they're nobody to me. I just ignore it and I move on and I move on and I move on. So today I want to do some digging, and somebody shared a video with me of another YouTuber. I'm going to share you the link. He actually did the homework for me. I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to take it even further. I wanted to hear from the company themselves on what exactly is going on with the changes. I called the wrong number at first by accident, which I will share the number with you. It was the actual manufacturer that manufactures Fram's oil. And when the guy answered the phone, he said, you called the wrong department. We're actually the department that we manufacture the oil for Fram that you see in the advanced auto parts and the CarQuest and stuff like that. When you see those jugs of Fram oil, we are the one that manufacture the oil that goes in there, and our product is Emily. It's a very good oil. It's not a low-grade oil at all. It's a very top-quality oil, and Fram has decided to have us team up with them to make their oil. Wow, that was kind of shocking. Great to know that they're actually putting out a good product. They're actually having a reputable company manufacture their oil for them. And I said, would that be on the back of the container? And he said, no, chances are you're not going to see it because it's a contract with us and them, but we put out a really good product for them. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Do you have any information on how I can get a part of, like, a hold of the technical team so I can actually talk about this Fram Ultra filter? And he says, by all means, yeah, I'd love to share it with you. Shares the number. I call Fram up, I get a hold of their technical team, and I talk to one of the guys in the technical department. I want to find out if the information that's provided to me by Whip City is correct. I seen in his video there were some stats and stuff, and I ran that by Fram, and they said it's spot on. Your analysis of our first filter was spot on, and what's going on with the new filter is this, and here's why. The reason we got rid of that metal mesh backing is because it was a complete synthetic media that was in that first filter. That mesh added rigidity to the filter so it wouldn't collapse and fall on its face and stuff like that. And that mesh was put in there to actually add support to the filter media. The new stuff that we put in there, we don't need the mesh anymore because it's a synthetic compound. It's a hybrid. So you get the old type of filtering with some synthetic media now, and that rigidity alone is what adds to the strength of that filter pleat, so it doesn't collapse on itself. It still keeps its form and stuff, and there's no worry as things start to plug up, or in a worst case scenario somebody doesn't change it, it's not all matting on itself and blocking oil flow. It still adds that strength to it, and in turn we've added much more media to it. So now you're getting better filtering capacity at an efficiency that you wouldn't expect. We've actually increased at 10 micron and 15 micron versus the old style that we had. So we've added 17 more pleats to it. We've added a different type of rigidity to it. And instead of 99% efficiency at 20 micron, they're the same, but when you step down, we've added at least 4% in each category. So at like 74%, at 10 micron rating or 93% at 15 micron rating. So it's kind of it's silly to me that so many people would invest so much time into talking trash on the internet about being fanboys of products, but not wanting to do the work to actually do the research. And then I took what they told me today and I compared it to Whip City, and he was spot on. I'm going to throw a screenshot in the picture here. It was pulled from Bob the Oil Guy, which they did concur that Bob the Oil Guy's presentation of the actual results at the efficiency versus micron rating is 100% spot on. And then actually taking Whip City's measurements of laying out to see how much longer one is versus the other. It was like something like 18 inches longer on the new filter without that that mesh in there to support that synthetic media. Now they've allowed more room and added more pleats, so the efficiency at much lower microns goes up. It's one of the best bang for your buck filters in the field by far. There's not too many other filters that do what a Fram Ultra does at the price that they offer it for. So in the pinned post, I'm going to leave the respective YouTuber and him cutting open the filters, comparing the old style to the new style, and the same information he gathered. And then if you look in his pinned comment, you can see his message directly from Fram as well. He got the same exact response I did. That's the reason why they designed and did what they did. Now, this is not to attack any of the mobile guys. This is not to say, you know, there's not other filters that are better, or this is not to attack anybody. This is in response to the Mobil 1 fanboys lately that have been coming to the page and say, oh, what happened to your Fram filter that you thought was so great all these months ago, and then all of a sudden they dropped it out and made the filter a completely crap filter, when in all reality a lot of you guys are just internet trolls and just talking shit. They actually made it better. Joke's on you, right? The orange Fram filter we know is not the best filter. A lot of people have good experience with it, and they don't. I wouldn't run an orange Fram filter on my vehicle unless I was doing a quick flush right here in my stall, and even at that I'd be kind of iffy. Now I get why you guys don't like that filter. Yeah, some people have found media apart and stuff like that, or that have come apart inside it. And some of you have lumped all Fram filters into the same category by saying, oh, I'm an engine builder, I've seen filters come apart. You have not seen titanium filters, ultra filters come apart on an engine that you have worked on. You've probably seen junk, cheap filters, but you pay for what you get. And if you have found a Fram or titanium filter that has come apart and you've got proof, I'd love to see it, but I doubt it. And if it has happened, I'm sure it's happened with plenty of filters. We do know that orange Fram can of death that you guys like to say or call it is an issue for some people. And some people have proved by pulling filters apart that they come apart. A lot of you guys think Fram is the only people that run an orange can filter, but you're mistakenly wrong. Very, very wrong. Many manufacturers relabel the Fram filter as their manufacturer filter. How many filters have I pulled apart on this channel that say specific manufacturer name on it, and it's a Fram filter when we pull it apart? Anyway, be blessed, guys. Have a nice night.